Hello, Miss Amanda. Look at this gorgeous woman that just joined me. And I
Hi.
was just talking to them a little bit about APLGO because we shook things up and we have to end at 12:30 today instead of 1 because I have Esther Wildenberg, who is, she is our executive coach that has been hired. So she is our executive coach for APLGO. So APLGO is the product that I've always talked about and sold. And I just want to say something. We have a weight loss product that I have done now twice, like an actual sort of. I do it all the time. I use it all the time, but it actually eats away at visceral fat. And we had sort of like a little wellness blitz in the month of June, and I won. I lost 13 pounds, and there was a wedding, there was a lot of birthday parties. Like I was not that good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I fell off the wagon quite a few times and had to repick myself up. So losing 13 was great. And I just found out last night I won $400 for losing 13 pounds. I didn't even know what the prize was. And I thought, I'm not going to win. I fell off the wagon 100 times. Apparently, I'm not the only one. So I did win and I won $400. So I'm in Canada. So that's 400 US dollars. So that works out to be about $550 Canadian. That's a pretty good deal. I've never been paid to lose weight before. If you were paid to lose weight, would you want to lose weight? I'd say yeah. Okay, not you,
Yeah.
skinny Minnie. Don't be shaking your head. Skinny girl. She's perfect weight. She's totally fine. She doesn't
Yeah,
have.
but I lost a lot of weight like with the help of the products. I think they've helped my metabolism definitely kind of balance out. So
They
I
absolutely
honestly had a lot of luck with them.
they absolutely do. And also, before I forget, because I never really talk about the business side, because I didn't, the reason I don't talk about it is because when I joined the company, it was this conversation with this lady called Linda. Hopefully she'll be able to make it later on, but she also has a full-time job in this and does this on the side. She's a busy lady. She and we're all working for Greece now. I'm like, I have a few more points to get myself to Greece, so that's our next trip. I have won 5 trips so far with them, and this will be trip number 6. And yeah. When you're an entrepreneur and you're used to paying for everything yourself, like who's going to pay your bills? You are. Who's going to do? Nobody buys you. Nobody buys you a paper clip, never mind anything else. Okay. So when a company wants to give you a trip because you were simply doing your job selling, yeah, I'm going to take that. Hello. And I've gone to Dubai, which I'm not saying I would never go to Dubai, but I wouldn't have gone to Dubai last year. I wouldn't have, Dubai would be on my bucket list, but way down the hall, from where I was. So, and Cancun and Dominican. Oh, I've already been on 2 trips this year, and we're working for Greece. And then they just told us we're going to do something else in Arizona, and then maybe one more thing somewhere else. And I believe that somewhere else might be Florida. So I'm not sure if that's conference, or I'm not sure what that is because we already had a conference. So, but who knows? Like they get into all these different kinds of things, and who knows? They surprise us all the time. It's crazy. I love it. It's a great company to work with. They have this beautiful skincare. Now, for us Canadians, and just so happens that all 3 of us are Canadian, we don't have access to this online, so we can't order it, but I do order it for myself. Usually when I'm going to the US, I'll have it sent to someone's house and then I'll take it back home with me. And it's a great product. And hopefully one day we're going to get the skincare in Canada.
Yeah.
And we did talk about, and I haven't told you guys either because we're not allowed to talk about it yet, but we do have some very nice new products coming in. And I kind of don't want to say, but I'm not really allowed to say, so I better not get in trouble. But Water is really good for you, and it's really great when it's clean and it comes in a filtration system, and that's all I'm going to say for now. Um, so that's not coming though. I believe that's coming in November. So November 11th. So for all my super spiritual people, that company was born on November 11, 11 in 2011. 11 11 11. So that's that. I know the girls have to go. I know Rosemary has to run to an appointment. Everyone's got an appointment today. So I'm going to let her speak because I know she's probably going to talk about these two products because I have them here handy, and I want to make sure that these get talked about today a lot, because with the energies that are around us, there's a lot of body soreness going around. I just want to, it's normal. You're not dying. You're not sporting some crazy disease. It's just part of what's happening right now. This is an anti-inflammatory, and this is for pain. These two things are my new best friends for the last 2 months. And not just the last 2 months, all the time. But I want to just say that these are super. And I know that Rosemary has a high heel story for us that she's going to share, and it involves these two. So I'm going to let her speak on that. Rosemary, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. What a pleasure it always is to be here for these summits and learn, because there's so much to take away from these. And as Marianne mentioned, I was actually introduced to APLGO, I'm going to say 2.5 years ago now, it seems. It's been a while. And like a lot of people going into this, non-believers, it's like, yeah, another one, another new product, new top of the line thing. And one thing that I was going through were a couple of different issues. And one of them was arthritis and bone issues. So I had very weak bones and prone to falling a lot and having injuries. Anyway, I was introduced to this, and the two main products, as Marianne just mentioned, were introduced to me: the SLD and the STP. Yes, those two. And my story on that is that while I had all my bone issues, I actually never wore heels. I always wore flats. Even when I was married to a 6'6" man, I wore flats. But there was a time came up recently within the last couple of years that I was getting ready for a nice event that I wanted to find some new things for myself, a new dress, whatever, for the event. And I came across a shoe store and went in, okay, maybe I'll find a nice new pair of flats. But I came across heels, and there were beautiful heels. One of these days, I'm just going to bring the picture of the heels so you can see them. They weren't high, but they're about 2.5, maybe 3 inches, which is high for me. And anyway, I decided I'm going to buy them. Maybe it'll last a couple of minutes, maybe an hour. We'll try. So I took them with me to the event. And for anybody that knows, when you go to an event, you're up and you're down, you're walking, you're talking, you're moving, you're nonstop all day long. So I put them on first thing. It was first thing in the morning. And I went about the day, the conference and everything else that was going on. And it was approximately, I'm going to say about mid-afternoon. One of my coaches come up to me and told me how fabulous I looked in heels. I totally forgot. I was wearing heels all day, nonstop. And yes, I was feeling a little tightness and, getting tired, but the pain was not there. And that's after taking the products for probably about a month or so at that point. I was blown away, and I am now totally sold on it. I believe that as far as your bones and bone health and inflammation, like a lot of people, we get a lot of inflammation in our body, and this works. I am totally sold. I love the product. There are a few other products in there that I also take. The ALT, if you have that there, Marianne. No, basically it was for my breathing, sinus issues that I had, and lung issues that I was having. And this was perfect for me. It allowed me to actually sleep overnight without constantly waking up and gasping for breath because I was having trouble breathing. So again, that's another product. There's many, many more that are great, which I'm sure you'll hear more about with the group. But those are my big go-tos, and I love them to bits. Can't say enough good things about it. And if you want to know more things about it, or you want to talk to me about it, more than happy to share my stories. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you, Rosemary. I know you have to run, so I don't want to keep you leave when you need to. But yeah, I don't have the the ALT out here because ALT is for colds and for allergies. Oh, Amanda's got it. Go for it, Amanda. Show it. Yeah, bring it a little closer. Thanks. So that's the one. And actually, that's the product that made me fall in love with the company. That was the first product, the very, very first product I did. And if we have time, I'll go through the story. But it was absolutely amazing. And before we stop with that, the product that I don't know if you were here. Did you hear what I said about the $400 that I won for losing 13 pounds? This was the product that we lost. So in June, we had it was like a who can lose the most amount of weight, I guess, which is kind of hard to do in June because there's so many parties and weddings going on, right? And I did have a number of them, so I'm positive because the first time we did it, I lost 16 pounds and I had a wedding to go to. So I'm positive that I would have lost at least 20, maybe 22 pounds. But I had yeah, there was a few parties that I went to, and I really like food, in case y'all don't know me and don't think I like food, because I do. And I still lost a good 13 pounds. So they gave me $400. I won the contest. I was number one and I won $400 US. That's like 550 Canadian. I got paid to lose weight. Woohoo! I mean, how beautiful is that, right? Right?
Absolutely. But, like you were talking about, all the products are perfect. You just have to find the right combination or the right ones for what you're dealing with.
Yes.
There's just so many areas that we're dealing with, whether it's, health related or just mindset, mood, anxiety. There's a lot of things out there. And the best part of it is that they're all natural.
Yep.
And they're easily absorbable. You just suck on these beautiful little candies. Sweet as all heck. So you think they're dessert, or they act as dessert to me because I don't need or don't eat dessert. So having one of these after a meal is actually, it's rid of that craving for anything sweet. It's perfect.
It does. And I find that too, that if I do have a craving for sweet, I'll just pop one of them. And I mean, look at them. They come in these little containers. So they're super handy. They're not liquid, so you can travel with them. It's not powder, so it's not going to create a mess. They're perfect. But I do want to bring up these two for weight loss, because I did start off talking about that. These two I also use. I'm using this one. Hang on, this one. Oh, there's Esther. So I'm using this one a lot less than when I first started with the company, because this is for just an anti-acid for your stomach. Like, honestly, it's a digestive enzyme, and I needed this a lot. And now I probably have one box for maybe once every 2-3 months. Like, it's very irregular, so I wouldn't really be able to even put it into now. The reason I don't need that one so much is because I use this one a lot. And so this one will help to regulate a lot of your microbiome. So this actually focuses on microbiome, and it's perfect. Like, it's absolutely amazing. It kills off parasites, and it kills off, I don't care, I'm going to say it, 250 different kinds of parasites. Yeah, come talk to me. I give it to my dog. A lot of my clients take it, and a lot of my clients give it to their pets as well. So really good results.
I am actually going to sign off, Marianne. It was a pleasure as always to be on here.
Thanks for coming.
And we'll talk to you again real soon. Take
Perfect.
care, all.
So much. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later, Rosemary. And I see we've been joined by Esther. I don't think she's ready to speak, though. I think she's just come on in. She's the amazing executive coach I was telling you all about before. So, and she makes a lot of really, she makes it a fun place. And we get coach. We get a Class A, top-notch, high-end coach, super expensive coach for free. So when you join a company, you know, a lot of people are like, ew, taboo, I don't want to be in network marketing. Why? Why? Why not? Everything's done for you. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about the website. I have one. I don't have to buy an AI. I have one. I don't have to get a coach. I have one. I have lots actually, but I have the best. Now, I happen to know Esther from before from another really great company, which we're going to speak on a little bit later. It's Bank Codebreaker. So she is amazing there as well. Before that, we're going to cover a few products. I'm going to let Amanda talk about the products that she wants to and give her testimonials because I have one of her. I think she might talk about this one. I'm not sure. Yep. So I'll put mine away. Go ahead, Amanda. You're muted, honey. You're muted, honey.
Sorry. I usually love talking about this one. This is one of my favorite products, and this is the Happy. And for people who have like anxiety, or maybe like you're about to do something really anxiety producing, like for me, it's in the car for me. So I take this one a lot in the car. I take this one a lot, you know, before I'm gonna do summits or speaking events because they give me a little bit of anxiety. So this one helps with that. And also helps with like mood. And it also improves like sleep patterns. And I actually tracked my sleep patterns when I was taking this one. And the RLX, the Relax. I don't have my box with me just as it's beside my bed somewhere. But these are two products that I love together. I take this one usually in the morning and during the day, and then the RLX at night. And basically the results I had when I was tracking my sleep was I found I was getting a deeper level of sleep. So I was doing that from my smartwatch. So I noticed that my REM sleep had significantly improved my deep sleep hours. So that was the one thing that I really loved about that. So I was getting a better quality of sleep, so I didn't need to sleep as much. So that was a really good result that I had with the RLX. But the Happy one, this one is one of my favorites just because it helps with anxiety. It's natural and it has hemp in it. It's not like the same hemp that everybody thinks. This is made from the DNA of the hemp plant. So there's nothing weird in there. But I love mostly these products because I don't need a food science degree to figure out what's inside of them. I've done a lot of different diets. I've done a lot of different, like all kinds of different supplements. And most of the time I had a really hard time choking them down because the flavor and textures were just like terrible. So the reason why I got hooked on these products and I've fallen in love with them so much is because I'm a busy mom. I don't have time to make protein shakes and carry 18 different bottles of this and that with me. I'm already the crazy bag lady and I don't need another bag full of different stuff. So these ones are good because I carry these in my purse. There's no mess. I have enough of those to clean up. So this is why I love these. But the HPY and the RLX, great for people who have trouble falling asleep. Great for people who need that extra little push to kind of get rid of the anxiety, kind of relax the hormones. Of course, it's relaxed, so that's what it does. So I love those two. But there is one more product that I also want to talk about. And this is for the moms, because you guys have kids who are bringing home every disease known to mankind every week. So I don't like being sick. I can't afford to be sick because I work a lot and I rely on my health. And this product right here is a AAA rated product. And during 2020, everybody knows what went on as a global thing. This product was voted #1 product out of a multitude of companies. This specific one. And what it was voted for was immune. So if you're somebody who gets sick easily, or you have a busy life, you don't want to be sick all the time, this is the product that you want. And it's great flavored. I actually really like this one. But one of the other things with the GRW I notice is the way, if at all I get sick, is different. And what I mean by that is, before I started taking the products, I would get coughing, sneezing, lung infections, like congestion, like this awful cough, all of these terrible symptoms that come with cold and flus. And they would last for weeks and weeks, to the point where I would have to go get antibiotics and puffers and all of those things. But I haven't had to do that in a really long time. And I feel like that's because this has really strengthened my immune system. And so the way I get sick now is different. I don't get an onset of like a million different, symptoms with sneezing and coughing and sore throat and stuff. And I only get sick for like a day or two, and I never get the full sickness. Everybody in the house is super sick. And I'm usually fine because I take this one quite regularly. Usually every day. So this is one of my other favorite products. So like, if you hate being sick and you get sick really bad and you don't want that, this is your thing right here that you want to get into. So that's the other one. And then I'll just talk about this one quickly. And this is the ice. This has been my best friend lately. And the reason why is because I've been having a lot of issues with my stomach and heartburn. And that's because I started eating a little bit more sugar than normal. It's been a lot of birthdays and celebrations. So I've been eating a lot more cake. But anyways, this has been my best friend. This one has helped definitely with the heartburn I get from sugar. So this one, really good for that. And also, I don't like, if I get an upset stomach, I can take this one and within a half hour, it's gone. So I love this one too. So if you're someone that gets like stomach issues, or like you have stomach issues because you're not going to the bathroom regularly or things like that, any kind of like digestive or anything like that, this is a good one too. But as Marianne and Rosemary mentioned earlier, these products, they're really good. They're pure. They're all natural, and they're made from the DNA of the plant. And the best part is they're made with negative charged ions. So that's also one of the things that I love the best, because if you're working an 8 or 9 hour shift, maybe more every day, you're probably not getting as much sun as you need. And with the negative charge ions, it's a good way for people, especially with seasonal depression and stuff like that, to still get those ions and still get the same benefits from the sun if you're not able to get enough sun. So that's me. I work at my desk, and a lot of people probably do too. So that's why these products I feel are really good for people that have the seasonal depression, or just generally are working a lot of hours and not getting outside as much as they want to. So thank you, Marianne, for having me today again. So
thank you so much. Yeah, I can't unmute my own self sometimes. Thank you so much for sharing that, Amanda. I do want to say one more thing about this. I did used to use it more, but I also will tell you that I have a couple of people that have gallstones. I have one that has gallstones regularly. It's like she manufactures them. And it's really interesting because she said it's definitely slowed down for her. So she goes, she used to do this really funky thing with olive oil and Coca-Cola and something or other, and you have to sleep on your right side, left side. I can't remember all the details. And then the next morning you kind of end up losing some stones out of your gallbladder, let's just say. And maybe the larger ones, I don't really know, but this one will actually crush the little ones, and then you'll just urinate them out. So I did want to mention that important factor because it's huge. And also, we have one of my leaders, she does not have a gallbladder, so she absolutely uses that to help. And this one, Amanda was talking about this one for boosting your immune system, also really great for vision and just strengthening everything in general. So in 2020, when all we could talk about was the immune system and health, and that was the subject of the year, this beauty won a prize for #1 product for boosting immune system out of 423 products. That's a pretty good deal. Super simple, easy to take. It is, I take it every day. It's purple. It travels easy. I can't say enough really wonderful things about this. I share this as much as I can, and I give this to everyone for Christmas. It's like they already know they're getting supplements for Christmas. I've been doing that for years because I used to own a spa, and I used to sell cleansing and supplements. I think my whole life I've been doing it. And this product blew me away. I was in a really great company before, and the product was great, and it was 73% absorbable. And 73% absorbability is fantastic. But then this baby came along and showed up with almost 100, up to 100% absorbability. So I wanted to talk just briefly about this particular one because this is important for diabetics. This will bring down your sugar. This will also, if you are a bit of a sugar addict, hello, my name is Marianne. I've been a sugar addict for the last 63 years. Literally for 63 years. I'm not joking. When I was a baby, my parents lived for a brief, short amount of time with my dad's parents. And there was a lot of people in the house. And if a baby cried, it woke up everyone. And so this is back in Europe, and it woke up every single person. And so my dad was like, no, we can't have a baby waking up. So anytime I cried, they put sugar on my pacifier and put it in my mouth. So I grew up already having a sugar addiction. And as a result, had a bunch of issues with my teeth, because don't do that with your kids, people. And so this thing is just amazing. I mean, I take usually 2 of them, and it just plops down your sugar. So I'm not diabetic, and I don't want to be, but I am a little bit insulin resistant, and my sugar will play around with me sometimes. And so this is basically my savior. And again, it's easy. It looks like this. This is the color, and it's just nothing to it. You put 1, you put 2, you put 3, depending on how much sugar you had. And, I'm not saying go around having a lot of sugar and then take a bunch of these. I'm just saying if it happens, and, stuff happens, right? Like, it's just sometimes you're out partying, and I'm not a big drinker, but oh my gosh, am I an eater? And especially dessert. I used to be, I've really tamed that down. Taking the other product that I was earlier talking about, that really helped me tame some of my sugar cravings. And so I couldn't be any happier. I honestly, even my friends are saying, wow, like you're just having like 1 piece of cake, or, like a small piece, and I would have like 2, 3 before. So I'm super excited about that. And Amanda, I mean, she's got 3 kids. She's got 2 little kids and one a little bit older. And I know she looks like a kid herself, but she is in her late 30s for real. And she works. She's my editor, and she does all kinds of stuff. And she runs or she has a radio show, and oh my gosh, she does so much. So you know what? We've all, what about the GTS? Do you have that? Oh, yeah. Tell us about that, because she was a bit of a energy drinkaholic.
I was. So at one point in my life, I got really hooked on energy drinks, and I was trying to juggle too much in my life, and I decided that I was going to use energy drinks as a crutch. And then I started having all these health problems. I had weight gain, issues with my teeth, issues with my stomach, uh, all kinds of imbalances in the body. And, you know, everybody kind of knows sugar and caffeine's bad and energy drinks are bad. So that was one of the struggles I had. And when I first met Marianne, this is kind of why I got onto the product, is because she's like, you know, those aren't good for you. It's probably why you're not feeling good. Like, try this out and let me know how you do with it. And what this is this is our GTS. And I get a lot of fatigue because I'm busy and I work a lot, and you know, I'm a writer, so I'm up at all weird kinds of hours and things like that. So Marianne actually got me started on the GTS and the STP. And what this one is, and I was able to come off these energy drinks completely. I do not drink energy drinks anymore. And in fact, I was off of caffeine completely for over a year. And I just started drinking coffee again, of course, in moderation. But this product is for energy. If you're going to the gym, you know, you have a busy schedule, you know, you get that fatigue, that burnout in the afternoon. This is the one that you want. I love this one. Like I said, so I don't drink energy drinks anymore, and I took it in a pair with the STP as well, because that STP stops the sugar craving, stops cravings together. And with the combination of the two, I have not touched energy drinks in over probably almost 2 years now, thanks to APLGO and Marianne, who introduced me to the product. And my stomach is completely flat. My teeth, not getting that decay from the sugar and stuff. So if you're somebody that has issues with caffeine, drinking too much, having too much sugar, I would highly recommend the STP and the GTS together, because I had really amazing results with both of them. So if you go to the gym too, like if you work out a lot, this is another one, because this helps with endurance.
It does. And it's got some anti-C properties. I don't mean vitamin C. I mean, I can't say it in public, but I'll let you guys figure that one out. DM me if you need me to explain. I just wanted to show the box of Relax, which is what Amanda was speaking about. This is our #1 product. It's for sleeping. This is the #1 product around the world. So this will tell you what the world is all about. We all need sleep. No one's sleeping properly. This is the product that started the company, and this is our #1 product. It might be in competition with the weight loss one, because that's a big deal right now. And I don't, for the life of me, know where my LFT is, because I really wanted to show a box of LFT. There it is. So that's our brand new product, stem cell regenerator and telomere extender. Okay. Like, I don't even know if I need to say anything else. Is there anyone that doesn't need stem cell regeneration? Maybe a baby that was just born, but man, if you're over 20, you need to get this. And if you're over 30, you really need to get it. And if you're like over 40 and 50, you need to grab more than one. So I take this 3 times a day. And we were talking about this when we were on one of our amazing trips in the Dominican. We were sitting around the table going, we're on the beach, of course, sitting around. I mean, the table was right on the beach. And we're sitting and talking about this thing. And we're like, all I know is I feel better, but I can't really say how. I have more energy. I feel less pain. I don't know. I just feel younger. I feel better. I don't really know how to describe it. And each person has like a different thing. We just knew we felt better. And so that was sort of our rendition. I do not have a box of Brain, but Brain is maybe for focus, for ADD, ADHD. We have some kids with autism that have done really well with it. And I have numerous clients on it that have loved ones with dementia or some form of, whether it's at the beginning or in the middle or at the close to the end. we've been able to regenerate some of the memory with it. I had a client, her sister, she had very, very advanced Alzheimer's already, and she couldn't recognize her. She hasn't been able to recognize her for 2 years at all. Like, she comes into the house, she doesn't know who she is, and she screams half the time. And she has her other sister who is a retired nurse taking care of her. And she goes, I don't know how to manage her. I don't know what to do. So the other lady gave it to her, and she goes, give her one of these 3 times a day. Within, I think it was 5 days, she came back and she recognized her. They sat down and they had like a 3-hour conversation. They were talking about, like, they're both from Indonesia. So they were talking about various parts of Indonesia where they used to go and all of this. And she goes, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. She goes, you have such a great product here that you're selling. I go, I know, I love it so much. And that one also has huge anti-C properties. This is the stop, which I spoke about earlier for pain. And we use this a lot when people have surgeries and whatnot happening, especially with surgeries. It actually helps to heal the fibers of whatever's going on and the surgical. But this is not only for surgeries, this is for any kind of pain. So if you have hip pain, lower back pain, knee pain, like I'm just telling you what the norm is. But Amanda uses this because she had a really big accident and has. Do you want to share a little bit about that? I know you've shared on here before, so I know it's not a secret. So I'm comfortable talking.
Yeah. So one of the things, most people probably know a little bit about my story. I had a massive car accident. I spent some time in a coma, and I'm going to talk about the BRN for me too, because that's been another great one. I had hundreds of bone breakages. I was in a wheelchair. Like, I had all these very serious injuries. I went to lots of pain clinics, I've seen a ton of doctors. So one of the things I struggle with, because after you have that type of body trauma, you get the inflammation. I can literally feel when it's going to rain in my bones and like all of those things. And so I sustained the physical aspect and then also a traumatic brain injury as well. So for me, the STP has been a really great product for the inflammation. I have most of, like, to the point now where I'm able to work out on my own and get on the floor and do things without feeling a lot of discomfort. And typically what I do is I take one of the SLDs and one of the STPs about 20 minutes before I'm going to work out, just so it's got lots of time to go through all of my bloodstream and stuff like that. Even though they work right away, I still give myself that time, and I drink a lot of water. And the other part of that was a lot of people know with traumatic brain injury, your focus can often kind of shift all over the place. So it's difficulty concentrating, memory, all those kind of things. So for me, I do take the BRN. Not as much as the other ones, but I do like that one. And mostly when Marianne gives me big projects, big manuscripts, I like to take my BRN. And it keeps me focused because I'm a little bit of a chatterbug and I get off topic and I need to be focusing on my work. So for me, the BRN has been great for kind of keeping me back on task and bringing my brain back to that focus. So for anyone who's like, kind of like, oh, a squirrel, that's your product. That's me right there. So I just want to talk about the BRN because I love that one. And it actually is super amazing for, and keep in mind, these are safe for children and pets too. Like, you can give them and there's nothing in it that's going to cause any issue. But yeah, those are another one of my favorite products. I just want to talk about the brain a little bit because that one has been really great for me, especially with concentration and focus, especially since I work at the computer a lot. So you know how we get distracted with our phones and our friends and all this and that and TikTok and all these things, right? So
and
that
with each other, never mind. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I have 3 books for you. Oh great, 3, not 1, but 3. And they all need to be done by tomorrow then? Is that the way it's going to work? And then we're so overwhelmed that we get off topic, and both of us will go off and talk about something else. Sorry, please continue. I just had to say that.
So that VRN is an amazing product. If you need something to just kind of ground you, is the best way I can describe it. It's actually coffee flavored. I actually really like the flavor. It actually tastes really, really good. And the GTS and the BRN, if you're somebody who is easily distracted, you get fatigued, you get off course easily, those ones I would say are probably some of our better products for those kinds of things. Like, they're all beneficial, but those ones specifically for people like that, good ones. I love them.
Right? So I find that GTS is well taken at about noon or 1 o'clock, because when that 3 o'clock, I'm so tired and sleepy hits, it doesn't. You skip right over it, because if you have a schedule like we do, at least, well, I don't have children to wake me up. I have a dog who won't wake me up. I mean, he'll sit beside me, but I have a schedule that is insane. I don't know what it's like to really have a nap. So like, I'll have a client go, oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. I overslept on my nap. And I'm like, nap? What's a nap? No, I woke up here. I woke up at 4 and I'm up and I'm doing this, that. I do want to say this about any of the products, actually. So I've had, I think, 2 that I've heard of. So one was a colleague of mine, and one was actually my client, whose son ate a whole box of GTS all at once. And the other, I know, I thought he was going to be like bouncing off the walls. And another one of my colleagues, I think it was GRW, the one that you had held up, that one of the kids had also taken the whole box. Like, they got their hands on it. Look, they're candies. They look good. They taste good. And they took them, but nothing. I mean, it's so natural. It's like having too many bananas or too many apples or too many grapes or too many whatever. So it's really totally cool. And I will actually go through it briefly. I probably just have 5 more minutes before Esther's about to speak. But I did want to talk about, I don't have the Power for Women. If you have it close by, could you show that one? I do have to say this because hormones are such a big deal. I've been using this because I'm in menopause. Amanda's been using it because she's not in menopause. So, so it's both. It's good for cramps. It's good for regulating it. It's great for, so one of the beautiful things you all have to look forward to with menopause is you might have to go to the bathroom throughout the night a few extra times. So urinating is frequent. And this particular one, I think, is responsible for not. And then we do have the estrogen one. So because we all have estrogen and we all have testosterone, you do have to take both if you want your hormones balanced. Like, we all have male energy, we all have female energy. You might have more of this or that, but we both have both. So if you want to balance them, you need to have both. This was one of the ones that Rosemary was talking about, the air, and I can't say enough about this. So this has, I've seen some remarkable things happen with this product. I had a lady who came in here with an oxygen tank and was walking with a walker because she couldn't get over her ammonia that she had. So she took 2 of these. I gave her 2 right away. And I gave her 2 because I could see with her energy that it was pretty intense. So she took one and then like another one in an hour. She didn't use her oxygen tank for the rest of the day. And I gave her some to take home, and she tried it and she goes, that's it. I need to have this one. So she was taking them 3 times a day. Also, I want to say this about air. I've had fevers and it's taken my fever down. So no Advil, no aspirin, no nothing. Just saying. I'm not going to talk too much about that. And then I want to mention this one that helps us make collagen. And my hair has not been quite as dry as menopause has gifted me. And also really great for the skin and bones and tendons and ligaments, everywhere that we need collagen. And then this one for the heart. So this will help with your circulation, maybe a little bit with cholesterol, maybe a little bit with blood pressure, but really great for the heart. I just want to briefly say in the 2 minutes I have left, because I've spoken a lot about what they are, and I just want to briefly tell you what they're not. And so they're dairy-free, they're gluten-free, they're 100% vegan, they're non-GMO, they're halal, kosher, pesticide-free, soy-free, net-free, alcohol-free, cruelty-free, non-toxic, egg-free, FDA approved, and in Canada, it's Health Canada approved, and drug-free. So these are about as natural as they come. Again, they're made from the DNA of the plant. They're infused with negative ions. Negative ions, super important to keep you healthy and balanced. And then we have this beauty that I started talking about when I opened. And of course, the wonderful weight loss one, and many more products that I just don't seem to have handy right now. So with that, I will tell you that we are working towards a trip to Greece, and I'm very close to winning it myself. We have until the end of August for anyone here who might be interested in joining and getting a free trip to Greece. You can do this, because when I joined at the end of September, and their contest for Dubai started November 1st, but I joined at the end of December, and by February I had won the trip for one person, and by March I had won it for 2 people. So if I can do it, you can do it. So if you want to come to Greece with us, come and talk to me, DM me here. Amanda, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out. I know with the 3 kids and all the book work I give you and everything else you do, I keep you very busy. Feel free to stay on for as long as you can or would like.